I don't mean stylistically or in terms of the mental makeup or anything like that, but just in terms of the reaction guys have to Golovkin's punches. He's like a middleweight Mike Tyson.
Golovkin was born with the gift of power. A kill switch, capable of turning out the lights at any moment.
Of Gennady Golovkin of Kazakhstan, the most rapidly burgeoning star profile in boxing at this moment.
Rising from an obscure corner of the map, Gennady Golovkin grew up in the remains of post-Soviet Kazakhstan. His two older brothers would have him start random street fights with strangers to make him tougher, sort of like Fight Club.
You're gonna go out, you're gonna start a fight with a total stranger, and you're gonna lose.
Tragically, both older brothers would die while in the army. Gennady would use the tragedy as fuel.
Golovkin's amateur record, 345 wins, 5 losses.
Golovkin won a silver medal at 165 pounds in the Athens Olympics.
And then he goes into the pros, and these guys just can't compete with him.
Because he's ready.
He's so ready. He's on such another level. His technique is so sharp. And on top of that, he gets just this stupid punching power that everybody's terrified of.
Watching what most consider the best-kept secret in boxing.
With little professional boxing opportunities in his homeland, Gennady moved to Germany to begin his professional career.
No, but you know, he's from just his tremendous amateur pedigree.
Body punching has also been known to be devastating.
Well, if you give Golovkin an opening, what we do know and what we've seen is that he is so heavy-handed.
Bucks.
Known for his devastating knockouts in the ring.
Golovkin comes to knock you out, and so far, as an amateur and as a pro, he's almost always done it.
He boasts a knockout ratio of nearly 90%.
Golovkin with 5 first-round knockouts in his career.
And that starts with the feet. A lot of times when you see a puncher like Golovkin, everybody focuses on the upper body, but I watch the feet. He's always in position.
And you can see by the way he's stalking, he knows that one punch could possibly end this fight, and that's what he's looking for.
With Triple G, seemingly any punch could be the punch that ends it all.
So it's Gennady Golovkin.
Golovkin is a precision knockout artist.
He stormed through his division, rattling off 16 wins.
Not only heavy-handed, he's skillful and precise.
Crowd losing odds at the body shot.
13 by way of knockout.
I thought he was the best value for your entertainment dollar in the entire world back then.
In his 17th fight, he would set aim on capturing his first belt.
In the gym, as an amateur or as a pro, I asked him what's the worst he's ever been hurt, and he couldn't answer the question. He claims he's never been hurt.
Maybe he hasn't.
Golovkin's such a beautifully balanced fighter already on the front foot, and his jab is much underrated. It's not just about the power with him. He's got a dancer's feet as well.
Very clinical, isn't he? He doesn't waste a punch at all. And everyone, look at the pinpoint accuracy and the power as well. You know.
Check out this blistering combination.
There's a cerebral precision about it. He's a thinking fighter. Doesn't waste anything.
He was becoming that kind of boogeyman that, oh man, did you see that Russian kid? And word just got around.
Golovkin finds that looping right hand does get to the target.
the most feared fighter in boxing, Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, takes on his most formidable challenger to date.
He was now the WBO Intercontinental Middleweight Champion. Next, he would get a shot at the interim WBA World Middleweight title.
Crowd begins to chant. And you know the chant, Triple G.
The fight lasted for about a half a round.
Not only is he lovely outside of the ring, he is devastating inside it.
At one point, he held a 23-fight KO streak, all coming against top 10 ranked opponents and title holders.
That's really the mystique that Gennady brings to the ring, is people know how big he can punch.
It's the way he knocks people out. These iconic knockouts, these indelible images of violence.
He's amazing.
As his rampage through the division continued, Triple G collected another belt.
We just saw Mike Tyson. What Mike Tyson once did. What, as you mentioned, Jim, Manny Pacquiao once did. What Roberto Duran once did. Not only be an exciting, attacking fighter, but be the baddest man on the planet.
The left hook that he won his last fight with was one of the outstanding punches that you'd see anytime.
Yet another first-round KO.
Оба! Левый боковой. Все?
The eye's a mess. And it just looked momentarily when that right hand stiffened, and another one now. Are you okay? I can tell you the answer to that. It is no. I think the referee could easily be stopping this right here and now. I don't think we need to see too much more. And Gennady Golovkin has simply steamrolled his Japanese challenger.
The last fighter to arouse the passionate boxing fans with a knockout streak like Golovkin's was more than 25 years ago when Mike Tyson began his career with 17 straight knockouts. And
though the Western world knew little about him, those in the know were beginning to compare his power to Mike Tyson's.
At the age of 30, only now making his American TV debut, he not only has to win, but has to win big.
Tired of languishing in obscurity, Triple G hired a new trainer and headed to the United States.
Middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Golovkin.
Rocks are feeling the power of Golovkin. Good left hand to the body and left to the head. Down goes Proxla.
5, 6, 7, 8. See you, boss. Okay, good. Okay.
I don't think Proxla has ever been hit this hard in his entire career.
Down he goes again.
He is a top middleweight. Tonight, I think he could have given a lot of middleweights in the world run. Based on what I saw, he was no match for Gennady Golovkin.
Two days before his next fight, Gennady came down with the flu.
Starting on Wednesday, he started not feeling well. Throat was getting scratchy, he was getting congested, and then by Thursday, it got a lot worse.
Despite the illness, Triple G didn't miss a beat.
The undefeated WBA, IBO, middleweight champion of the world, the Kazakh KO King, Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
Gennady utilized his thunderous jab to methodically beat down Rosado.
He hits you hard enough with those short punches to open up a cut. Basically, any jab thrown by him is a power jab. He throws everything hard.
Rosado bleeding along the left eye. Blood from his nose. Mouth is swollen.
Oh, good right hand on the uppercut. Rock back Rosado.
What point do you maybe have to stop this? Look at the blood.
Bloodying him more and more.
I gotta stop it, man. Chino, I gotta stop it. Your son's gonna die, man.
Until eventually, his corner threw in the towel.
And there, the corner, they're going to stop it. The corner of Rosado stopping it. Come on.
Gennady Triple J Golovkin.
Well, his trainer, Abel Sanchez, when they work in Big Bear, he says, I got to bring in all big guys to work with him, Roy. Because he doesn't feel threatened by anybody his size.
Triple G trains at 7,000 feet above sea level. His relentless training sessions are a thing of legend in the fight world.
The boogeyman of the sport right now. This guy is the most feared man in boxing.
It's not enough to just have power. You gotta have more than that. You gotta put it all together. Golovkin puts it together. He has the right approach. It's not enough to just have power. Ernie Shavers had great power. He never won a world title.
He's not just a puncher. He knows how to punch. The technique and the mechanics is there.
It's not just the power. It's the way he uses it.
Terminator here, this level, Gennady. This level.
I'm not machine.
First round.
Boy, he's throwing a jab that's landing like a right hand, but he's not off balance when he's throwing it.
Thumping right hand, Golovkin.
Pulverizing Ishida with his jab. He just keeps coming. Like some sort of Eastern Bloc Terminator.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Knockouts in a row. His reign of terror continued.
He's the first guy to come along since Mike Tyson, where his trainer is explicit. He walked into the gym. I saw a guy who could be a sensational action, come forward knockout machine. We've trained to be just that. And then he goes out and does it. 13 straight knockouts.
Let's get ready to rumble.
A crippling body shot folded Macklin like a lawn chair.
That's it. And that'll be the 14th consecutive knockout for Gennady Golovkin. It comes in the third round.
And what we just saw was not ordinary. It was extraordinary. That kind of punching power.
Curtis Stevens talked his way into this fight with a lot of big talk and has tried to get under Gennady Golovkin's skin. But one point that he made to us yesterday face-to-face is, hey, I'm a guy who used to fight as a light heavyweight. I've come down 15 pounds in weight. That's why I'm such a massive puncher in the middleweight division, and Golovkin hadn't seen anybody like me.
Obviously, I've been calling him out, and I'm going to go in there and do what I do and show everybody that he's not like that. He's not like that. He's overrated. I'm going to go in there and demolish his ass.
Almost no one thinks this fight is going the distance. What avenue are we about to take?
Good right hand by Golovkin.
The look on Stevens' face there says 1,000 words. That was a face that said, wow. Curtis Stevens' mom, Tanya Rozier.
Against Curtis Stevens, Triple G beat him so badly, his mother had to exit the arena mid-fight.
Man, you
can't blame him because no mother wants to watch their son take punishment like that.
And they're going to stop it in the corner.
That's a great stoppage.
Andre Rozier had seen enough.
Gennady Golovkin, maybe the best middleweight in the world. I mean, you hear the rumors out of the gyms, you see the record, you know the amateur pedigree. He's certainly the most avoided middleweight.
Triple G was finally being recognized as the greatest show in the sport.
Gennady Golovkin, or Triple G as he's known, is the hardcore fight fans' favorite fighter because every time they see him, he's knocking someone out. But that's a bazooka that Golovkin is throwing. He's in bad trouble, Jim.
Left hook to the body and a right hand, and Gil trying to get his head together. And Gil can't go forward, and it's a third-round knockout for Golovkin.
That was smart by Gil. He saw he had no balance. The contest had already been decided.
He would now contend for the WBA super middleweight title.
Gennady Golovkin, rapidly gaining recognition as among the best of the best in this sport. His ascension to the top is the realization of big dreams.
The best guys that would get in the ring with him, he's either met expectations or exceeded them every time out.
You ready?
This might be his biggest fight so far. Could he do it again?
350 amateur fights, 30 pro fights, never knocked down. 18 knockouts in a row. Highest knockout percentage of any middleweight titleist in history. GGG with a 16-10 edge in power shots.
Just on you, like almost like just so predator-like.
See how he varies here.
Predator at work. Look at how he adjusted the arm on the left hook to get it over Rubio's guard. Down goes Rubio.
Touch, 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 touch. Smash.
Left hook smash. Second round knockout. He didn't make it up. It was only a matter of time. It's always just a matter of time. Second round knockout.
Triple G.
After making quick work of Marco Antonio Rubio, Triple G would go 11 rounds with Martin Murray.
So the moment of truth then, and now Martin Murray is going to find out if he can handle Gennady Golovkin. Golovkin again throwing from all sorts of angles. And finally Murray is down. Gets shakily to his feet. Right at the end of the round.
Hey, are you all right?
The referee calls a halt in the 11th. Gennady Golovkin will remain world champion.
Next, he would be pitted against another knockout artist in Willie Monroe Jr.
Can he be the one to go the distance and snap the 20-fight knockout streak?
I'm a karate man, all right? Karate man rules on the inside.
And already early on here, he has shown that he can, in fact, trap Monroe in corners from time to time. Down goes Monroe. He trapped him in the corner, fired one shot to the cheekbone, and down went Willie Monroe. once again traps Monroe in the corner.
Monroe's still really on his feet.
And if you've ever heard the phrase heavy hands, heavy hands means that the punch doesn't have to look spectacular to hurt you. Gennady Golovkin is a classic case of heavy hands.
Yes, he is. Oh!
Again.
Yeah, right.
He's got him against the ropes.
He's out of here.
Third knockdown. There were 2 knockdowns in the second round, and now he knocks him down for the third time.
9, 10. You just beat it. You just beat it. You gotta move faster. You want to continue?
His legs are gone.
You want to continue?
His legs are gone. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Willie Monroe says to Jack Reese, I don't want to continue.
He said, I'm done.
It's knockout number 20 in a row.
His most formidable challenger to date, the dangerous rising action star out of Canada, David Lemieux.
Sold out Madison Square Garden, Triple G's debut on pay-per-view, middleweight title on the line, 2 monster punchers. It just doesn't get any better.
And this crowd is excited. They're cheering everything.
He sold out Madison Square Garden in his next outing.
Everybody talks about Golovkin's power punching. He lands more jabs per round than any top fighter in the sport. Look at the jab and the accuracy with which Golovkin is landing it.
He's working it, and he's blasted by the left jab, and the left jab is setting up solid right hands.
Gennady put on a masterclass utilizing the jab.
And talk about getting hit. There was the left hook, and Lemieux is hurt. And here goes Golovkin.
Slowly breaking his opponent's will.
6, 7. Hey, you all right? Baby, you all right?
Steve Willis is going to stop the fight. Technical knockout for Golovkin in the 8th. Max Kellerman, your final impressions on Gennady Golovkin's, as you said, systematic beatdown of David Lemieux.
Yeah, there hasn't been a long-reigning, aggressive knockout artist middleweight champion in 30 years. Not since Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Guys, when was the last time a fighter, a champion, so consistently delivered this kind of violence and these kind of knockouts fight after fight after fight? Go ahead, say it. The answer is Mike Tyson.
Boom, perfect timing.
A thudding, piston-like jab. A looping right hook.
And down goes Wade for the second time.
Another knockout. His next fight against Kell Brook sold out in 9 minutes.
35 professional victories, 32 knockouts, 22 straight wins inside the distance. This is what boxing and sport is all about.
2 undefeated fighters.
Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, is the hottest fighter in boxing with 22 consecutive knockouts heading into the September 10 fight.
Gennady beat Brooks so thoroughly, his corner threw in the towel in the 5th round.
Ingle in the far corner is holding up a towel. Ingle is trying to get referee Marlon Wright to stop the fight, and now he finally throws the towel into the ring, and Gennady Golovkin is going to have a technical knockout victory in round number 5. And that's an amazing decision on the part of Dominic Ingle.
Before he faced Daniel Jacobs, Golovkin had stopped 23 consecutive opponents.
Welcome. Your timing is perfect. It's
Somebody got knocked out of your brackets? Don't worry. There'll be another knockout coming very soon in the estimate of most people.
That's the Golovkin style that makes him so exciting, man. That's why Mexican fighters love him.
Hard right hand by Golovkin. Down goes Jacobs. The first knockdown of the fight comes in round number 4.
Golovkin actually lands more jabs than anybody in boxing.
Against Daniel Jacobs, Gennady's knockout streak would come to an end. In his prime, Triple G struggled to get any top contenders to step in the ring with him. Knowing his power could end their career, they avoided him like the plague.
The long-awaited showdown between already legendary knockout artist Gennady Golovkin of Kazakhstan and consummate boxer-puncher Canelo Alvarez of Mexico. It's the most compelling style matchup in boxing in several years.
Triple G Canelo this weekend, finally, the super fight.
Yep.
The mega fight.
Yep.
He would face Canelo Alvarez in a huge matchup between two of the best in the sport. The fight was everything fans hoped. Two masters of their craft, battling back and forth.
Many of history's greatest fighters have worn the crown of this division.
If Golovkin didn't win by some ungodly, lopsided beatdown, that he could lose a decision because of corruption. He goes, because that's how boxing rolls, and there's way more money in Canelo winning.
Canelo shakes his head. That usually means he got hit.
I think in the last 2 rounds it started to resemble more of a Triple G type of fight.
Knocking Canelo back with the right hand.
58, 56, Gennady Golovkin.
For sure, Golovkin.
For sure, right?
Unless there's corruption, like Brandon said. And he's not crazy to say that. I doubt it.
But as the fight went on, it became clear to most that Triple G was winning.
The unofficial scorecard guy had it for Golovkin by several rounds. We think it was Golovkin clearly, although Canelo fought a great fight.
Gennady was the clear and decisive winner, but Canelo was given the draw.
Golovkin finished with a small round.
A three-way split. This is officially a draw.
No way that you see 118 to 110 for Canelo, and you say, well, it's just a mistake.
One more in a long list of corrupt boxing decisions.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Make some noise if you.
Talked about it. Now it's time to be about it. That's Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin. Get ready to go in the ring, in the rematch.
The rematch was another battle. This one closer than the first fight. Most had the fight going for Triple G, or perhaps another draw.
Each other at the end of the round.
Boom, perfect timing.
I got a score 115, 117, Triple G.
But it wouldn't be boxing without highway robbery from the refs. Gennady received his first loss. At age 38, perhaps his best days are behind him. But what he did during his reign atop the boxing world was astonishing. For an improbable boxing run that would see him become the most feared middleweight on the planet.
Nobody brings it home like Joe Vincent. Nobody.
Make it so.